Welcome to the Spotlight segment. This is a segment dedicated to interviews with developers or interesting happenings in the world of Android. And now for this week's episode, here's your Spotlight.
And next we have the Spotlight, where we'll be talking about a few things. Samsung released a new phone and some tablets. And then we'll also be talking about security updates to Samsung and Pixel devices, as well as the fall feature drop for Pixel devices that contains the Material 3 Expressive, if I remembered correctly what that's called.
Karen, girl, you are the one that's always kept up to task with all of these new changes, devices, and all of that. Let's talk about what's Samsung dropping in on us. Because it used to be, John, didn't it used to be that Samsung would do this tablet thing in October? They moved it back to September earlier this year, maybe giving them more time to sell, giving them a lot of time because you know what? Buying between now till Christmas, lots of time for people to buy those devices. So I was kind of surprised that they moved it back to September. Or was I wrong?
They did this last year, I think. Also, they also used to group it in with Unpacked. So sometimes they would release the tablets during the summer. Sometimes they would release the tablets during the winter with their Unpacked events when they release the phones. But the last couple of years, they've just been releasing the tablets whenever separately and not really making as big a deal about it.
So, Karen, we got two tablets, right? We got one nice one, which is just for regular people who do not want to pay too much money. And then we have the super duper tablet for, the power users, people who just want something more shiny, something more showy. I don't know what the language is, but let's talk about these. And there's also fun, isn't it? Take us through some of those, Karen, if you will.
Well, I'll leave the tablets aside because usually this is the job of John or Saleh. They are the tablet guys, so I'll leave it for them. But I'll talk about the phone, which is the S25 FE, the Fan Edition. FE stands for Fan Edition. Well, it's known that Samsung releases the regular S25 series phones in January, and then they release after a few months the FE version, which is like, let's say, the light version of the regular S series phones. It will be like with less specs compared to the even the S25, not even the Plus or the Pro version, the Ultra. I mean. So it's usually for people who like Samsung phones, who don't want to go with the A series, who want an S series phone, which is like cheaper than the regular S phones. So, and this year was like it was the same. It was the same thing that they used to do always. So we have the S25 FE, which is like similar. Sort of similar to what you had last year. Actually, it's using a different processor. It's not using the same processor that you have with the S25 series. Okay, first of all, let me talk about software. You will be getting Android 16 out of the box, and you will get 7 years of software updates, which is good. They are like doing the same, or they are giving it the same treatment they give to their S phones, which is good. We are talking about the battery, which is 4,900 mAh, which is good. I don't remember if it's the same like last year.
No, there is an upgrade from 24 FE. But the cameras are the same.
Do you remember what was the size of the S24 FE?
The size of S24 FE was 213 grams, but now it's going to be lighter. also slimmer. It's like it was 8 mils and now it's 7.6, right? Yeah.
It was actually, now we are talking about 190 grams,
Yeah.
and we are
Way
talking
lighter.
about 7.4 millimeters.
So what I have with my S25 Plus is the same weight, is 190, but yeah, it got the Snapdragon Elite. That tells a lot.
But the good thing, though, is that the battery is bigger than last year's version,
Yeah.
right? Because, I mean, the most important thing for most people, that battery life is very important. And also,
But
if the screen is the same as last year or whatever, but they have a better battery, then you have a better, performance. So, I mean, you use it longer than when you need to hit the charger.
honestly, the only drawback for those who want to get S25 FE is the RAM. It's going to be 8, and it starts with 128, 256, and there's also a 512 version, but most probably it's going to be 128 and 256, and the RAM is going to be 8. No matter what storage you choose, it's going to be 8 gigs of RAM. So there's no 12.
Yeah, well, there are good things. I mean, it's just Samsung is trying to do it right in some areas. Like you are getting Victus Plus on both the back of the phone and the front of the phone, which is good. You are getting aluminum frame, which is also good. And other than that, it's IP68. IP68 rated. So no IP69. No, it's not that the water jets and stuff that Chinese OEMs tell us about or include in their phones. This is the
And
typical
Warren,
Samsung.
it supports eSIM, so that's a good part. I guess they've done something for like in between S25 and like if you want to get this, you need to sacrifice some of the features from S25, the base model, and also the Plus one. So it has only 8 gigs. The cameras are same as S24 FE, and the battery is bigger. But as the Exynos 2400 processor, not the E one, but the 2400 processor, which is better than the last one, the 24 FE.
We're talking about 6.7 inch screen, which is bigger than the screen size of the S25. So even the S25 has a smaller battery, but also you have to put into consideration the bigger screen size of the S25 FE.
So FE has the same size, same weight with 25 plus, but the processor and RAM is a good deal breaker on here.
So what I'm thinking is, I'm looking at as to who this phone is for. So this is for people that, you don't want to spend a flagship money, and yet in the same breath, you want something that is not an A series, or something that's a little bit above the A series. And so somewhere in the middle and all of that, this is the type of people that this phone is for, because I believe that thing is selling for what, like $650 or something in that neighborhood. And I think it says it's not coming to the States, or did I read that wrong? I'm not sure, but I thought it says it wasn't available in the States. John, usually you're the one that kind of look up the prices. It's available. Okay.
This is the reason why So what's the, Karine, remind me, what is the best A series phone right now? Is it the
A56?
Yeah, that was not available. That's not available in the States. I think we have to get the 36. So, and this is why, because they want you to have to buy the fan edition when it comes out. So
One another interesting thing is that this phone comes with Android 16, and on S25 series we still have Android 15. So that's the same thing again. Samsung is
Yeah,
doing.
go
Yeah.
figure.
Yeah, and you're getting one additional year of
Yeah,
support.
like FE is
So,
gonna get
the
one
same year-
additional software. Like it's gonna be up to Android 23, like 7 years, and on S25 series we're gonna have up to 22. So what do you say for that?
You mean 32 and 33?
No, 22
No,
and 23.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. 10 years or 20 years. But really, I'm kind of thinking about these phones and looking at all the AI stuff. Is 8 gigs now a good thing in this
I
day and
don't
age of
don't
AI?
think
I think
so.
it's
That's
a
the
little
thing.
bit
That's
shortfall there, isn't it?
yeah.
Well, you can't make your FE phone similar to your regular S phone.
Yeah, like if
It won't
I
make
guess I'm being
sense.
greedy. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
like
being greedy.
imagine if it had 12 gigs, the plus would gone away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
So
I
what
don't
this
think that it's
reminds me
compared to the plus. It's compared more to the
of
S25.
the best model.
If we just ignore the screen size.
No, the screen size.
Yeah, that's the
that's
confusing thing about it is if
Yeah,
you're
the-
buying for the screen size, then you'd have to choose between this and the next
Plus.
the plus, which is another $350 on top of the 650. So it's like it's a little weird. If you're only buying for like specs, it makes a little more sense.
overall, I love my S25 Plus so far. So
Yeah, I know you do. So, you know, what this reminds me of is the OnePlus 13R. You know, so if you didn't want to pay so much money, this would be the one to get. So you get the FE instead of the big flagship.
Yeah, but the R is usually, I think, cheaper, so it makes more sense. But Samsung, I think it's competing with Samsung. So Samsung is competing with Samsung. They are like putting so many phones and so many ranges, and they are close in price. So I don't know what are they trying to do. I mean, look at the A56 and the A36, which are close in price, and then. So look also at the S25, which is now cheaper. It should be, I think, cheaper than how it was the price when it was launched. So even you will be able to get the S25 at a cheaper price right now. So it could be also similar to the price of the to the price of the S25 FE. So I think they are just confusing people more. They're just adding more and more phones. They should do something to make things just easier on people.
John, let's talk about Tabletville. You're in Tabletville. You like that stuff. Tablets, when it comes to tablets, I think you and Sally, tablet guys, talk about those tablets, shall we?
Yeah. I'm a little angry right now. So I don't know.
How is that? I thought you
I'm
liked
angry at
those
Samsung
tablets.
right now. So remember I was telling you about this awesome feature where you could reverse cast from your TV to your Samsung tablet if you had a Samsung TV.
That's right. Yeah, you
And that way I
mentioned
could watch the same thing as what people are watching on TV.
on the big screen. Yeah.
So football season got going. I got excited. I went to cast and the option wasn't there. So I did some research. Samsung removed it from One UI 7.
Oh no.
Yeah, so that's not a feature anymore. So I'm a
That's
little
really good.
salty right now, but I'll still talk about the tablets. So last year they made the switch from Qualcomm chips to MediaTek Dimensity chips, which they're still like the high end chip, but they made the switch, and they're continuing that this year. Saleh or Karine, do you know the exact chip that's in it? I'm assuming it's just whatever the latest, greatest is from
The
MediaTek.
9000 series, maybe. That
Yeah,
would
so,
be nice.
so don't quote me on it, but it is MediaTek chip. But the odd thing is, so
it's like 94. What they say?
Yeah, so it's the 900,
Yeah, 94.
9000 series. Yeah.
Yeah, 94, 9400 plus.
Okay. So
Okay.
what they did last year, so the S8 series had three sizes: the 11-inch, which was just the S8, the S8 Plus was I think it was 12 and a half, and then the Ultra was 14 and a half. And what they did last year, or excuse me, what I just said with S8 is true, but also true with the S9 series. They had those three models with S9 as well. But then with the S10 series last year, they got rid of the smaller one, which a lot of people were upset about. So there was no 11-inch. There was only 12 and a half and 14 and a half. So they had the Plus and the Ultra, but not the standard.
Yeah, I
This
remember
year,
we both complained
yeah,
about it, John.
uh-huh. This year, so I don't know if they're just going to alternate years, but this year they have only the standard and the Ultra. So they don't have the Plus. So you can get it, this S11, you can get in 11 inches, or you can get the Ultra in 14 and a half inches. And, they're basically the same they've been for years. I mean, they're a little bit thinner. The screens are brighter. And I think the main difference is the processor. So I wouldn't be in a rush to upgrade to these unless you just have one of these tablets and you're not happy with the performance of it anymore. Like if it's 3 or 4 years old, or 3 or 4 generations old, I should say, because they don't always release these every year. But other than that, it's just minor, not a whole lot has changed. I think they changed the size just enough to make you buy new cases, but overall it's the same size.
Talking about all the hardware, how about software? So we also have software now. We're moving to software land, and we got those security patches both for Google and Samsung. There were lots of some exploits that Google fixed, some very serious. And what we're going to do, we're just going to simply put the URL in the show notes, rather, so that you can read about that, because there are some over 120 plus fixes, and we're not going to sit here all day trying to read those to you, but you can read about those in the show notes. But other than that, I think we're good, because these vulnerabilities were things that affected Android 15 and 16 users, and some of them affected the Android 13 users. So I'm glad to see that. This is why I think software for me trumps the hardware sometimes, because some of these things were actually being exported out in the wild. And I'm thankful that Google and Samsung are usually on top of these security patches. Matter of fact, I think that Samsung actually pushed its own security patch ahead of Google, which is really good. So anyway, I haven't seen it on my S23, but if you have like the S25 series, you probably should be seeing the security patch for September. And also we have that big Google QPR program, the feature drop, which includes that security patch for September. And this is what I like about Google, because it comes out and is available for several different phones. Unlike Samsung needs to learn something from Google, and Google needs to learn something from Samsung.